If you like doing yoga at home but find that your back is still kind of hurting in the mornings when you wake up, then here are 6 different yoga poses you can try. You see, there are 3 big issues we tend to deal with, especially when it comes to that lower back stiffness in the mornings. One revolves around our sacrum and our SI joints. This can cause general issues with your overall mobility. Number 2 might be having tight hip flexor or psoas muscles. This can cause a lot of general stiffness and tightness, especially in that lower part of your spine. And 3 are challenges with our sciatic nerve. If you have tight glutes, then that can sometimes lead to having those sciatic nerve flare-ups. So right now, I'm going to go through a couple of poses you can do for each of these scenarios to hopefully lessen that back stiffness, especially in the mornings. And I'm going to give you access to a short and sweet yoga class you can do just before bed so that you wake up in the mornings feeling a positive difference. But please, in order for this to work the best way that it can, I recommend trying all of these poses because it's really best to release multiple areas in your lower back and not just target in on one, because after all, everything is connected, and in order for you to feel the best that you can, you want to give your back as much breathing room as you're able. Also, it's best to do these poses or the full class just before bed. This is because it's going to allow you to sleep better, sleep deeper, and then you're actually getting ahead of some of these challenges, stiffness, and flare-ups before they have a chance to get started. Diving right in, here are 2 poses you should consider for helping with that sacrum and SI joint area of your body. The first one is this style of yoga twist here, where you just swing both legs out to the side. So if you've swung your legs out to one side, then you take the opposite arm and reach it over. Then simply grow your chest and lean back to the side. This is going to help to open up your SI joints kind of one at a time. So lean over toward the side. And once you've held that for a while, then switching sides. And since my legs have gone out to this side, my arm crosses over and then leaning back. And you'll feel this slight, subtle opening there in that lower back, kind of sacrum, SI joint area. A nice, simple, easy twisting style pose that will slowly, progressively get into the SI joint and sacrum areas. This next pose creates even more space through your SI joints. This is a different way to do your basic one-legged stretch, and you've probably seen this one before. The difference is that you plant your foot on the mat, lean forward, grab your shin with both hands here, but you want to take your arm and actually push this leg back a little bit. So plant your hand on the mat, and as you lean forward, and I'm going to exaggerate, it's probably not going to happen this much, but as you lean forward, gently push that leg backward with your arm. And so this starts to really create space on that SI joint area back there. So if it's your left foot, your left leg that's kind of planted down here, that's the side that you're going to feel it on. Then after holding and breathing through that for a little bit, switching sides, you'll plant the other foot down, lean forward, take that arm, and again, as you come forward, you're actually pushing your leg back. So it looks something like this. Again, coming forward, pushing this back, and then that is going to help create space there through that sacrum and SI joint. Next, if you sit for long periods of time, then you might have stiffness in your lower back. And sitting actually causes your hip flexor muscles to remain tight. And this is because when you're in a seated position, your hip flexor muscles are flexed, and those muscles actually attach into your lower back and can put a little bit of some compression there on your lower back. So here are 2 poses you can try to help release this. My favorite pose is a variation on Sphinx pose. And in Sphinx, your body literally looks kind of like a sphinx, right? And this is somewhat of a gentle back bend. But what I like to do is use your forearms to help release your lower back. And let me explain. So rather than being in your full sort of Sphinx pose, here, you'll come closer down to the mat. And then you want to have that sensation of your forearm flesh pulling on the mat. It's going to drag your pubic bone along the mat just a tiny, tiny bit there, but you'll instantly feel that lower back kind of start to loosen, decompress a little bit. This is a pretty powerful pose, so, don't go too intense here. Rather, come down and then just breathe and pull yourself forward a little bit. Now, I'm going to exaggerate a lot, but it looks something like this. And I'm moving quite a bit, like a few inches here. But when you're actually working with this pose, you just pull yourself forward a little bit, find where you start to feel that point of things loosening, decompressing a little bit. Just hold and breathe right here, and you'll start to feel a nice release there through your lower back. Next up, we have a variation of your lunge pose. If you think about it, when you're sitting, your knees are generally in front of you here, keeping those hip flexor muscles tight and then pulling on your lower back. So we want to do the opposite, and lunge brings your knee back, at least one at a time. So coming into kind of a low lunge and bring your knee way, way back, and then start to lift yourself up, and you'll start to feel a nice deep stretch through your hip flexor, your psoas muscle, and that will actually start to release a little bit in your lower back as well. And really the goal is to bring your leg as far back as you comfortably can, hold, breathe here for a few breaths, and then switching sides, you'll do the exact same thing on the other side, sending that other leg back, lengthen and grow upward, and that will create that nice stretch through your hip flexor muscles, allowing that lower back to release just a little bit more. Again, you can check out the full class where I'll have a card pop up here, or you can just click on the link in the first pinned comment below. But moving on, I've saved the best for last, and these last poses really help to release multiple areas of your lower back. But specifically, these next two postures I'm going to show you really help with that sciatic trouble. One, because it helps to release muscles through your glutes and your piriformis, which can put a little bit of tension there on your sciatic nerve, and it helps to release through your lower back area overall, which is also where your sciatic nerve runs through as well. First up is Pigeon pose, and you've probably done Pigeon 1,000 times, but there's one little correction you have to make if you want it to stretch through your glutes and hopefully release through that sciatic nerve area there that runs through your glutes as well. And it's really where your knee is positioned here. If you have it way too far out, then you're going to lose the stretch completely. You want it really to come straight down from your hip bone here. So there is a big difference between doing Pigeon like this, where you kind of have this like chicken wing popping out to the side, versus bringing that leg directly in and having it coming straight down here from your hip. This will make a lot of difference because it'll really start to stretch through your glutes there. So make that one small change in your Pigeon, and then coming down as far as you like. And of course, you'll do both sides, but just pay attention to make sure that knee is coming straight down and you don't have it too far out. Next up is a pose that helps with sciatica because it helps to release through your lower back where your sciatic nerve runs through, and it helps to release through your glutes as well, which is also where it runs through. So it kind of gets it on a couple of fronts. This pose is called cow face pose. I know it has a weird name, but basically you'll come here on all fours, bring your knees together, and then swing one knee over. And to really help target the area that we want to get into, the trick is to poke your bottom backward until you start to feel a stretch there through your glutes and your lower back. And you don't have to sit all the way down in this pose to really get all the benefits. And also it could be kind of taxing on your knees. The best thing is just to cross your knees over one another and then start to poke your butt back until you find that point that feels good, maybe even coming onto your forearms here, and it'll start to stretch through your lower back and your glutes. You'll naturally hold that pose for a few breaths, switching sides, and then doing the same thing, bringing your bottom back as you lower down a little bit, and you'll start to feel that loosening and opening, stretching through your glutes as well as your lower back. You can check out the full class with the video here that is popped up below, but definitely be sure to subscribe so that you can find this class or this video for when you need it.